All right, West Coast swing dancers, if I told you that a free spin was a cool pattern, you might not be inclined to believe me. But if I told you that a free spin eventually turns into these cool things that we see on the internet where the leaders come through and they have these moments and that stuff, maybe you would believe me. My name is Brian B. You might know that. This is Miss Megan. You might know that. First thing I want to do is master this free spin. I want to master a couple things about it. Number one, we know the free spin. Big deal, whatever. Second thing I want you to master is, can you do the free spin with the right hand? Because that's going to make it cooler. So I want to be able to develop the ability to do it with my right hand, because that's what's going to make it look slicker as I get going and give me more options. But really, the core of this telemark type pattern is going to be this anchor redirect that we start with. I want to be able to lead Megan and quickly reattach my hand to her back as quick as possible. So we land on count 4 right there, and she's connected already. We're starting to establish connection. So just feeding this hand to her low back right nice and early to land there. That's what I want, and you land in closed position. You can do this over and over. The ability to just feed that hand. In that case, I didn't take the hand off of her. Because when the hand's on her, I have the ability to manipulate it and already create some wrinkles in my game. So that first version is just an anchor redirect. Because I've connected the hand to Megan, she's looking for that hand and to fill out the connection. Then instead of just anchoring here, which is totally legit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let her rock back and change directions. So if I did that on the other side, we'll do this side first and we'll go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? She's following that direction. I let her go, take her back, and rotate her. So I've got a lot of ability in this hand to manipulate Megan. What's Megan's job?
Connect.
Connect. More specifically, fill out space. Yes. In all of this, you're filling out space. We know this in like a sugar push. We fill out space this way. We fill out space this way. As we get more advanced, we're filling out space rotationally, meaning Megan isn't purely moving down this way. She's also rotating. And I'm not purely just stopping her linearly, right? I am using a rotational connection. So the third thing we can think about in connection, we're filling out space this way, we're filling out space this way. We're also filling out space rotationally, right? As she's filling out that, if I give her space, she fills it out. So as she's turning, she's filling out space rotationally. I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit, a lot of it actually. So I'm using that energy. I made that as big as I could without falling over to redirect that. Now, same thing here. When we do the telemark to get to the other side, I'm going to do it off this hand. 1, 2, 3, and I'm using that rotation to take her around the corner. And then Megan likes this move because she connects and we feed the energy between us. So I'm using her energy to redirect her off the slot. What I mean by that, Emily's going to go crazy at me because I'm going to do this right at the camera. Hint, hint, is I am redirecting that energy off the slot and the energy keeps going around. I just have to be aware to allow her to step back. My footwork is secondary because she's connected, and then we're off to whatever pattern we're going to do next. That's the base telemark. Now we're going to get to the cool part where the leader goes through. We'll go from here. So in this case, I'm going to pick up this hand as I'm feeding her across. And then from here, I have all sorts of options. Let's just do the quick one where we go triple step to get to the other side. Let's do it back the other way. So this is, if I wanted to do it in 6 counts, you're going to have a lot of different options. Megan doesn't like it in 6 counts. I like it probably because there's not music on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I direct her off. This hand's helping. I start to turn my hand to the sky, and then I back up through this. 5 and 6 to the other side. If you could get there in 6 steps, you don't have to. Here's what I mean. If you could, you don't have to. If you can't get through it in 6 steps, you probably don't have the skills to make this predictable and comfortable. We're connected and comfortable at the end of that. But provided we can play with the end of it. Let's make it 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm not rushing. She's not feeling this rush of 5 and 6. 5, 6, 7, and 8, where I can walk through it. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Would Megan know that? Can I specifically make her walk, walk, and triple? No, but she might feel it through the energy of this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. She feels that moving quick, and look, bingo, lucky me, she tripled.
Didn't know if I would.
But if I make this slow, 5, 6, 7, and 8, maybe she walks, and triple. Worst case scenario, she figures it out. We all know right foot's free when the leader leads. But where we can vary it is, as the leader, I can stop. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say I want to get to an accent. And 5. I want to look at the cool to the audience or to Miss Emily behind the camera. Maybe I slide this hand off. Maybe I'm making up as I go. Maybe I pop it back over my head. Whatever, 2 beats, and we're off to the races. Now, if you want to see this pattern of music, we've done it over on our site. If you haven't become a member of West Coast Swing Online, our members allow us to do what we do. It's $20 a month, $200 a year. You have every video we've ever made. We have music over there for some of the videos. We have every resource you could possibly want. And there's 20 different dance styles over there. That's right there. If you want another variation of this telemark, we did another video that has some of these variations and a few different ones, and you can watch that somewhere over here.